Kobe had an authenticity to what he did. We out here in these streets. Today we're talking about the Kobe Bryant death, which is a very, very tragic situation. Obviously we all know that on Sunday he died in a helicopter crash with his daughter and a few others that were on that plane going to a basketball camp to speak and to coach it. It's pretty a tragic thing because Kobe has done so much for the community. Now, I'm gonna be honest, I know y'all can go back and look it up for me. I used to be a Kobe hater. And that's only on basketball because, you kind of put Kobe up there with Jordan. I don't believe anybody can be up there with Jordan, but I did also agree that he is one of the greats. He's just not Jordan status. It's like I hate on LeBron a little bit too because he's not Jordan status, even though people trying to put him there. Michael Jordan's just one of those the flukes of nature that only come around every so many decades, I would say. But just giving that little Michael Jordan toot there. But we're talking about Kobe, right? I do respect his game. Like, one of the things I really loved about Kobe Bryant was the fact that he was not only a grinder, and I'm not saying a grinder in the sense where he's always I'm not thinking about the idea that we think in the hood, like, we gotta always hustle. I'm talking about he's always moving, he's always shaking, he's always making the right decisions, the right deals. After his basketball career, he started doing some things that impact the community, and you can tell he wasn't really doing it for the fame and the glory. And this is what I really liked about it. Because, the funny thing is, I follow basketball somewhat, but I follow more what people do. Like, I look at the things that LeBron is doing. I look at the things that in sports that what's the boxer's name? Mayweather. Is that his name? Yeah, Mayweather. Is that his name? Mayfield Mayweather. That's funny. We forget folks' name. But I kind of follow what they do, like the things that they do outside of their sports career. And, some people have it where it seems like they're just doing it for the glory because some publicist told them, or because this is just what you do when you get money. You want to look like you're being a man of the community. Kobe had an authenticity to what he did, and it showed in some of his speeches and how he would talk about where his priorities lie. He was not comfortable. He was not satisfied with just this. He always said, okay, once I meet a goal, I gotta go for the next goal. One of the reasons why he joined the Lakers was because the Lakers was a team that had the idea of championships or nothing, and that's a mentality that Kobe had. And he not only had that in his game, and not only had that as he was playing basketball, but also in business and also in his community goals and the things that he done with the basketball camps and the games and how he dealt with his daughters. You could see it how he dealt with his daughters, man. It hurt. It really hurt my heart when I saw that Kobe daughter was on there as well. I feel two times away. I was hurt that she died with him. And I know that, does that sound insensitive? I don't think that sounds insensitive, but I was kind of hurt because I thought about how his wife just lost two of them. But also, it shows, here's the good, because I said earlier that you can find good and you can learn lessons. His daughter was with him. You don't have a lot of fathers who keep their kids with them as they're doing their business and as they're doing going through life and doing businesses and doing their business deals and stuff like that. But his daughter was always with him, and you saw that she was with him everywhere, and we saw that in the news. We saw that in and at the games and everything. She was always there, and I really love that about how he took that serious. Another person that does that is Kevin Hart, he's always with his kids, even though he's out there grinding and doing what he do. He always comes home. He always makes time for those kids, and I really love that about these type of people like Kevin Hart and Kobe Bryant. It was obviously there was 9 people that died in that crash, and like it's just tragic. So the world is dealing in the morning, and here's the thing. I was talking to somebody the other day, and they were talking about how is all these people crying and all these people feeling something? Why they don't even know this guy. They never even have a conversation with this guy, and this it made me think. This is a testament of the impact of what he has done, for the fact that there are people who have never met Kobe and people who have never had to experience being in his presence, felt his heart, felt the person he is by the things that he's done in life and by the impact that he made in communities abroad. And I thought that was interesting how, because I heard the news. I was obviously at church. I was on a worship team, serving on a worship team at my church, and we just got off the stage in the back, and they was like, "Did you hear that Kobe died?" And I was like, "Wow!" And a couple of musicians were sad to almost brought tears, and I thought that was like, it made me really think like, yo, his legacy impacted people who have never met him. Like, what kind of man is that? Like, there's not many people who can touch people on a level where it's metaphysical like that, where it's not even, I met you, I sat down with you, I helped build you. No, I don't even know you. And the funny thing was, obviously I told you guys earlier, I was used to be a Kobe hater, but I was like, when I heard the news, I was just kind of like, wow. I was sad. Like, I didn't cry or anything, but it impacted me. It hit me. I was just like, wow, that dude. And it was because I started thinking about all the things that he was doing in the community for people, and people that depended on him, and people who looked up to them, the people who he impacting, the things that, like, he was on his way to a basketball camp to inspire, to speak and implant into some young people, and that made me go like, wow, that man's life was cut short. And I'm just like, I couldn't believe it. So it made me start thinking about grieving and the what is it that we're supposed to glean out of tragedy like this, like death, and tragedy has a way of obviously bringing us to an emotional standpoint where sometimes we feel like, oh my God, like the world has ended. But it also has this other side to it that helps to push and impact and ignite something in us. It shows us how short life can be. And one of the things that I've learned from just Kobe, like, and mind you, I didn't realize I learned this from Kobe until he died. And this is funny because you start thinking about, like, dude, like, he's one of the people that I said, if that man can do that, then what is it that I can do? And seeing that he's now gone, it made me feel like, am I doing enough? Am I moving and shaking? Am I walking in my purpose? Am I moving in the things that I know I want to do? Am I leaving a legacy for my kids? Am I impacting other kids? What is my influence? What is my impact doing right now? And who's going to cry for me when I die? Is it just going to be the people who know me or love me, or is it going to be people around the world? And what type of impact do I want to have? And this is what this made me really think about. And these are the takeaways from this I believe that we should kind of embody. And mind you, this hits close to home. So in the next segment, I'm going to kind of tell you guys my story and how I came to this realization even before this, because I dealt with some tragedy myself. So We'll be back after this, and I'm gonna come back with that story. Thank you guys for joining me on this show. I really appreciate that. Kenda, make sure you like and subscribe. All my social medias, that's Chris Conscious, that's the Wiley Life, that's Speed Music Radio, and also Cypher on the Block. You can find me on all of those. You don't have to subscribe to all, but I would like if you do subscribe to all. I have a Patreon account. That's Wiley Life at Patreon, patreon.com/The Wiley Life. Please go ahead and if you support my show. I also have a store. You can get t-shirts, you can get mugs, like you can get my Feel Me, woo, or you can get my We Out Here in the Streets shirt. And I have a lot of other hoodies and stuff coming. I got my Get Big Elite stuff. If you guys are into fitness and workout, very nice things that you guys can support the show by purchasing. Excuse me, that was a nasty burp. So, hey, I appreciate you guys. And until next time, we out here in these streets.